Okay, hon. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here, and thank you, Jean. I missed you, and I'm glad you're with me today. Welcome. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks for having me, Allie. It's so nice to be back. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, hello. So I have to make a mention because our friend Jean has gotten now over 1,000 subscribers on her channel. So good for you, Jean.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
Allie.
It's
Thank
a
you.
milestone. It really is. And I was so pleased when I was getting your information to put in below that. I saw the numbers and I went, yeah. So congratulations. That's great.
Thank you very
Um,
much.
you're welcome, dear. So yesterday, I did my first Zoom book club meeting with, there were 14 of us. We have a good group going. I know. And we introduced each other. We have somebody from Sweden, Canada, Ann Simpson's here from New Zealand, and somebody in the UK. So we have 4 out of country people, and just a great bunch of women. And of course, we'll take men too. We love you all. But we haven't decided what we're going to read just yet. We threw out some ideas. And so today I'm going to send out a poll for those people. It's not too late to join if you want. We only meet once a month on a Zoom call. And yes, Claudia was there yesterday. And so, yeah. And the other thing I want to mention is if you hadn't seen it already in my community, on my community page, I'm doing a open mic. And so I absolutely want to, hi, Jenny. I absolutely want to encourage you all to come and try out your cards, try out all the things that you have been practicing. If you've done some psychic stuff, whatever you want to do, just email me at heartandsoulconnected@gmail.com. And if it goes well, we'll do it again. I mean, it just sounds like so much fun, and I think trying it out. Jean had trial by fire. She was just sort of thrown right into to it. You're coming on my channel, and you're going to do these.
It just
But
seems like it was always meant to be. And
it was.
and even if you don't want to start your own YouTube channel, just to be in the mix and have your face on the screen and get to know everybody and, just give it a try. And we know all of you are experts out there. We know that
We
this is
do.
not just us. There's many people out there that are talented and even more talented.
Yep.
But that's a wonderful idea, Allie. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. It's going to be
I'm
so
pretty
much fun.
excited about it. I think it will be fun. And of course, we'll need a lot of people in the chat asking questions. So make sure I'll let you know. We haven't determined the date yet, but I'm thinking that it definitely will be in the evening so that most people can see it. So, oh, good, Jenny. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Shouting out to Pierrette. Jean has something she'd like to say to you.
I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She was such a beautiful support to me the other day when I was out on Facebook by myself and I'm like, hello? Is anybody there? And Pierrette was the first one that popped up and she stayed till the very end. I saw her make a comment as I was closing out the very last comment. She was like, goodbye, Jean. I just felt so very
Oh,
supported. And we want you to know that all of you are very important to us. I can't do what I do without you. I really
right.
can't.
Neither
It
of none
wouldn't
of
be
us
the
can.
same.
Right.
So
Yep.
it's just so important, each and every one of you. And my heart leaped, and Claudia was there as well. But my heart leaped when I saw somebody that I knew and could rely on and felt like I could lean on. Like I just
Yes.
felt the beautiful, energetic support means more than you'll know. So thank you, Pierrette, and thank you everybody for being here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I would like to once again thank Juno from the Juno Sphere. I'm wearing her beautiful creativity again today. She made this for me last year and I love it. And so I got a chance to wear it today, Juno. So thank you, honey. Oh,
I
she
don't.
said, my pleasure. Hugs, Jean. Here.
Aw,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm going to just give a hello to some of you here before we move into some questions. If anybody has not ever had a question answered, we may skip over your question if you've had it answered, um, try to get back to you later, just so that that person can have a question answered. Right now, I don't see that. So we'll go ahead and continue with what we're doing. But I appreciate those of you who also make way for those people.
Yeah.
Because I think it's hard to get a question answered, especially if you're a new person.
Yeah.
And we get people at the end that do as well. Yeah.
So I see Regina. Do you know Regina Landrum? And I see Parapet 60.
Yeah.
So if you are just hanging out and watching, say hello and let us know you're here. And if you don't actually have a loved one on the other side that you are that you'd like to converse with, you could just say, "May I have a general reading?" And I'll give you like a psychic reading if you're new and you'd like to do that. Yeah, Cat Mama was there, and she was like, "There's trolls, there's trolls." She was my my notifier.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah. The things that some of the things that they say, I've had it, people put scripture and things like that on there, like we're the devil or something. So anyway, I'm sorry that happened. That does happen. So hi, Kiba and Marsha. Hi, Hypnicity.
I see Brandy Flint. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Who else is here? Jenny. Sharon Sipe, of course. Hello, Sharon. And let's see. I think Craig is here. Juno's here. Aquila B24. It's good to see you, dear. And of course, Claudia, Esther, Jenny, and I always feel like Miss Jean on Romper Room. Okay. Wiki. Do we have any other questions down here? Let's see. All right. Yes, Regina Landrum, Parapet 60. Thank you for being here. And Warrior Girl, good to see you. Brandy Flint. Wow.
Warrior Girl has her own YouTube channel as well.
Yes, she does. And she's doing very well. Slowly, surely, posting. And so, yes, check out Warrior Girl's channel as well as Pierrette's channel. And actually, Claudia has a channel called Cat Mama's Do Drop In.
Oh, that's so cute. That's very clever.
It is clever, isn't it? I love it. All right. So I'm going to take Kiba has a question from Aunt Janice Marie, Marsha Green's older baby sister. Marsha Green, older baby sister. I don't know who's the baby. Oh, it doesn't matter. You have a name, Janice Marie.
Okay. Yeah. So if we're doing mediumship readings, so we can get messages from loved ones who have crossed over and or pets who have crossed over. And if it's a pet, just let us know the type of pet and the pet's name, and or like spirit guides or a general reading as well. So just wanted to clarify that.
That's good. All right, to do, Jean. Thank you. Hi, Anita. All right. Oh, Janice was older than Marsha Green. Okay. Thanks, Kiba. Oh, okay. I get it now.
Was she very vocal? I see her as being sort of, I'm not sure if this is the case, but she would talk a lot.
Well, she was a one-day-old infant, so you may be seeing a prior lifetime.
Oh.
Yeah. It doesn't mean she wasn't vocal.
Well, I'm just going to go with the energy that came forward, and it may be another relative in the family, another female who would sort of talk a lot and sort of take up the airwaves, so to speak. She would just have something to say about everything, and she almost I'm not sure if you know the type of people that they don't feel comfortable letting silence happen between
Ah,
two people. They kind of have to keep the conversation going and just fill it in with just sort of anything and everything. So I'm not sure if there's somebody in your family that has passed that fits this type of description. Just seemed like she talked a lot and would talk about anything and everything just to keep the conversation going. Like there was no hesitation. And
hmm.
so, what is your message for Kiba? She's saying that this silence is very beneficial, that quiet time and listening and breathing. She said she wishes she knew what you know now. She sees that the availability, the information that you have access to, she wished she knew then.
Hmm.
That she's saying it's important for you to go inside to your soul, be quiet and breathe and just listen. And not to and try and keep the monkey mind from jumping in, and just breathe and listen to your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. She's asking you to do this on the daily, whether you do it for 10 seconds or 10 minutes. Try and do this each and every day. Take a moment and just breathe and listen. And this will start strengthening that muscle for you to connect to your higher self and your spirit guides and angels.
Wow. So
Ah,
Marcia's saying it might be her cousin Pandora. Yeah. And that would make sense because she maybe she's with your sister. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe that she's sort of the guardian or whatever. I got some interesting cards though. I got have faith, absolutely have faith, even when things look bad, even when you're feeling down, because this is where you gather your strength. And if you can do that. One of the ways is by prayer, meditation, or just even writing down what you're grateful for. And it really, you can be grateful for a pen. It can be anything. There's so many things we think we have to have big things to be grateful for, but it's all those little things that come together to bring gratitude. And I get the impression, Kiba, that the baby might be resurfacing, if you know what I mean. I feel like she may be coming back or has come back into this incarnation or is planning on coming back. It doesn't mean that you will know about her, but it might be that she's ready to come back and live out her life as incarnated. So thank you so much. Yeah,
thank you,
absolutely.
ladies.
Yes. All right. So you needed that message too, Hypnicity. She needs some encouragement. She's having a blah kind of day, even though the sun is out. Make sure next Saturday, Hypnicity, you and anybody else that's around the Seattle area come to see me and Terry up at the MeWe Festival at the Embassy Suites in Bellevue. We'll be there all day. She'll be there the next day, but I'm only going to be there on Saturday.
Lots of fun. Lots of fun. Wish we could all be there with you.
I know. Me
Um,
too. Mhm.
um, so, hypnicity, the first thing I heard as I was reading your message is to be kind to yourself, to allow these ebbs and flows, to not to think that there's something wrong because you're not feeling your typical, usual, energetic, high vibrational self. There are cycles, um, there are frequencies, and they're also telling me that there was a large sun flare yesterday, and there's some in increasing energies that you may be feeling. Be kind to yourself. Understand you are empathetic, and this is what makes you so beautiful and special. And to understand that these feelings you may be carrying for the collective, and or that these feelings are could be from a cycle that you're going through. We all have them. I have them for sure. I have them. It's it's part of the process. And just it's almost like strengthening that muscle for you to get back up where you were before, to keep it'll feel like you're blah blah blah, and then you got that muscle to get you back into that center where you're focused.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to take the question down just because I have cards. I have here, Nalani, a return of spirit will be coming back. Some days are just the kind of days that you need to relax, rest, and get yourself back into the groove of things. And don't beat yourself up about it if you're feeling blah, because we can't always be on every day. So be sure to know, please know the return of spirit and follow your intuition. I love this card. I love blue anyway, but look at all the gold. So follow whatever it is that you feel, intuitively drawn to. And you have all of the celestials all around you. And they're just holding space for you, like we do for those that we love when they're going through a hard time. And all you need to do is ask them to bring you up a little bit more. But just enjoy the downtime too. It's okay. We tend to think as spiritual people, we always have to be happy and up and upbeat and everything. Some days just aren't going to be that way. So yes, but the sun is out here. And so, amen. Oh, you've been waiting for signs. Okay. Well, they're coming, girl. All right. Let's see. We have Ginny here who would love a message from her brother, John.
Hi, Ginny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's coming through as I do recall that he was did shamanic practicing when he was here in this world, I believe, and he's coming through as he's showing me sort of like a circle, individuals sitting in a circle around a fire, and he's showing me that there are energies and souls on the other side that are focusing on the light, and he's saying, this is what I'm doing over here. I'm focusing on the light. I'm banding together with these high vibrational energies, and we're all focusing on the light together. And he's asking that we all he's allowing me to relay a message for everyone who is listening to this, and not just you, Jenny. And he's saying, thank you, sis. But he's saying all of us need to focus on this light. And it's very similar to like a flame, the brilliance of a flame, the magical and the wonder and the miracle of a flame, and the aliveness of the flame. He's saying, focus on the light, and gather together with like-minded people, just as we are doing right here, and or high vibrational people and positive people. He's saying it's very important for us all to focus on the light. And that's his message. He's sending you lots of love, sister. And he knows that he's saying that you converse with him and talk to him. And he thanks you for that. And you're sending him prayers and he thanks you for that. He says he does converse with you and hear the conversation and your wishes.
Wow. That's really cool. So I'm seeing in the chat, Nilani was concerned about humanity, and the message that he gave you, I agree, was for all of us, and how we need to hold the light for other people. And he said you're doing a good job because you're uniting. There's a union between you all here, and keep that up, because as you know, whenever two or more are gathered, there's a great power. And so the fact that all of us are gathered together. And he said, I'm also united with you, Jenny, all the time. You don't have to worry about that. I've got the shifting here. He says, even if you're going through shifting, even if you're having a hard time, call on my name and know that I'm there. And yes, I get the same thing Jean's got about his voice. He says, use your voice for good, but also just stay quiet and know that I hear yours and you can hear me in your mind if you practice, because I'm right there and I'm talking to you all the time. Wow. Beautiful fractals in these cards. I just love them.
They are really beautiful, Allie. I want to say hi, Ron. Unconditional Love is here. How you doing, Ron?
Good. Hi, Ron. It's good to see you. And hello to some of the other people, Lady Silver and Lauren Hunsinger and a few others. Oh, how wonderful. Mine were too, Ginny. Mine were 9 and 13 years older than me. And honestly, I always felt so loved and protected by them. So that's wonderful. That is wonderful. All right. So I'm going to, Marcia, I'll get back to you, dear, and Juno. I'm going to go down to, well, where did it go? Salrose. Had a Labradoodle named Amber who passed 2 years ago. I'm sorry, that's always a hard thing. And let's see if we can reach your doggie.
It was so Amber is coming through and she's telling me that she was smart and she's telling me that she liked to frolic around, and she said she was the a perfect balance of each breed. The best out of both worlds. She's showing me horses. She's showing me, I'm not sure if she had, or if you had affinity to horses. She's just showing me herself as frolicking around a lot, very active and sort of jumpy and bouncy, and excitable and very always picked you up and made you maybe give you a laugh, or if you were feeling lethargic, she would get you up, and she was very motivating. And so Amber is just saying that you were a great mom, that you were, she just loved having your love and your tolerance, and she loved being your motivator. She felt like this was sort of her purpose in life.
That's so sweet.
Is there a message?
Oh.
She's saying, I'm not gone, and that she'll meet you on the other side when your day comes, and she's not gone, and the love is always there, and she can feel when you think about her, and she loves the pictures that you have of her in remembrance.
That's beautiful. Yeah. So no horses, but she was her bam bam. She was perfect. Oh, did she nose nudge you? Do you know what I mean? Like you're doing something and they come up beside you and they take their nose and they want you to pat them. Mine do that all the time, and I absolutely adore it. It's like, pay some attention to me. I need some patting, you know. But I got the same thing as Jean. She's very grateful. These are my doggy cards. She gives you thanks, and look at, she's smelling the flowers here, but it's appreciation. She loved the way you smelled, you know, because you were her person. And so and then the next one is, yes, she is right under your nose. Absolutely. She said, I'm right here. I'm right here. Can't you feel me? Can't you feel me? Can't, mom? Yep. And the last one was, just sit and allow me to sit with you. Know that I am sitting with you, and know that I am loving you. Oh, how sweet. Honestly. When pets knows us, they're wanting us to slow down. Yeah, absolutely. They knows us to remind us to relax, and they knows us when they want to be touched. So yes. Oh, she would sit in front of her earnest eyes, wanting walks. Yep. Oh, I understand. I do understand. Thanks, Salrose. Good morning, Barbara. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. All right. I'm not a Super Bowl person. It's not my thing, but I hope everybody enjoys it today. That is their thing. Sometimes I think it's all about the ads and the food you make. So anyway. All right. So we got Amy here would like a general reading.
And this is Amy Chuchka.
Chuchka. Thank you very much. We've all been having so many.
I learned it on Terry Lee's channel, and I'm like, I'm going to remember that. Amy Chuchka.
Good. Thank you.
General reading, sure. So, Amy, what they're telling me right away is that you've always had an awareness, but you didn't always know how to describe it. You've always been connected to angels and synchronicities and magical sort of fairies and different things throughout your life, and they're telling me that you never really you understood it to a certain level, but you didn't actually get very deep into the mysticism of it. But you started picking up crystals, you started picking up like essential oils, you started having green drinks. Like there's all these things that started influencing you and nudging you and calling out to you. I'm not even sure, maybe like dream catchers. Like, you know how there's sort of things that are a little more mainstream than and that are a little bit, I guess, acceptable is what they would call it. And you've always had this, and you are over the moon about receiving this very deep, up to the minute information that that you see on our community. And they're saying, don't hesitate, keep going and find your niche, find your special qualities. Colors are your thing. You have it all. You have it all. You have that awareness. It's almost like you remember these things as they come up. And even if somebody says Reiki, you're like, oh, Reiki, I remember doing Reiki. Like, it's no matter what it is that you're being introduced to, it's almost like you've always known about it. Interesting, Amy. Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Well, first I want to say hi, Terry Suzuki. I'm glad you're here. Lots of love. And Wayne Rich just got here. He says, now we can begin. So thank you. I said, we've been waiting for you. I know. Anyway, Amy, the first thing I get is the Empress. The Empress card in the Tarot has a lot of meaning. You know, it's a beautiful card. It's somebody that has their own home, their own space, they're just like the queen of their home and the queen of their what they do. And I see all these flowers in your hair, in the card, and the crown. And so you already are doing what you're supposed to be doing. And you got the crown, which means you've achieved. Just keep doing it. And remember about those other flowers that are in your hair, because there's just more for you to even do, more for you to do. However, they are saying you do need to rest some of the time. You can't do everything. I need this card. Anyway, make sure that you do take time between in order to take a rest. And they want you to know when you're going through a hard time, you are held. You are always held, whether they hold space, whether they hold you in their arms, whether they hold you in their thoughts and prayers. They're there for you. And don't forget to just call upon them if you're ever needing that extra support, because you've paid your dues and they're holding you. So, all right. Wow.
At 10:29, Allie, she said, people at work think I'm so smart because of the things I say. I also had a dream catcher years ago.
Don't you love it when people, it's so funny. It's like, we all go through it. It's called the imposter syndrome, where we don't think we're that smart, but other people think we are. And something profound comes out of our mouth and it's like, wow.
I think that you share the information that you learn, you know?
I think you're right. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think you're right. When I go back and I look at my papers that I did for my classes, my master's classes, I wonder who the hell wrote them, because I don't recognize it as being me, even though I know it was. I remember all the research. I remember putting it all together. But at the same time, I think I grew up with the mentality that I was a C student. So, and I tell my students that. I said, your mind can play very big tricks on you. You have to stay humble, but you also don't want to denigrate yourself, because that's no good. That's no good. So Amy, that's so cute. I love that. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah. And we did have a great meeting yesterday, Barbara. Thank you, dear. Yes. All right, Kelly, good luck on your show, dear. Have a good time. All right. So Barbara is here. She's not had many messages before. She's a relatively new person for us on this channel. So she would like a message from Jake, her golden lab, whose ashes are right beside her. So it is a dog that's passed.
So Jake said he's been through a lot with you. He says that he was there when a lot of transitions occurred in your life. He said he was your protector. And he said that he was a protector of your heart and your emotions, that he would make sure that he would come close to you if you were disappointed or angry or upset about something. He would always want to sort of mellow the energy. If you had a strong emotion, he would always want, come over and soothe you, or come over and pep you up, whatever it is. He was there for you. He said that you spoke telepathically, and he said, thank God she understands me. Like, he was very grateful to you for understanding him and the signs and signals that he gave you. He said you had a synchronistic relationship, and I see like you waking up and getting out of bed, and he knew it was his time to go to the door and stand and wait and look for you. Like he followed your lead, but you two were very much in sync. And like if you went downstairs, he went downstairs. If you walked, he would just be by your side. He was very loyal.
Oh, yes. She says also they always spoke. Wow. So I'm only going to share this because it happened when I had an animal communicator on, and Lisa Foster dog had passed, and the dog actually came through and said, please scatter my ashes. I don't want to stay in a little tiny container. I want to be free. I want to be out in the wind. I want to be, and that was hard for Lisa, because she had 5 or 6 other animals in little containers as well. So I took that message because I have 4 or 5 as well, and I'm going to have a ceremony very soon and let them all go together. But it's very, very, very difficult, very difficult. And you want to find a place to honor them, a place maybe you went out walking or even in your own yard, wherever it is. And so when you go there, you know that, I mean, they're not there, but they're always with you wherever you are, but their essence is sort of floating in the wind there. So the first card I got was this, and this is funny because it's a prairie dog, and this is a dog card. So I guess prairie dogs are dogs as well. Things are never as they seem. And so he's saying to you, you know, you may not see me, but I see you, and I know you miss me, and I'm right beside you. I remember when I went to a psychic, one of the first times I ever went, and this lady said, there's a corgi beside you that walked in with you. And I had a corgi at that time. So yes, he wants you to seize the day. He says, you go do your exercise like you're supposed to do it, mama. I had to do it. Take some action, but it could be different kind of action. It's whatever action you may wanting to be taking, but you haven't taken yet. Because he's saying in the last card, make your choice and get off the fence. Are you thinking about another dog? Are you thinking about something else? But he wants you to choose, and he wants you to be happy with your choice. So that's what I got for you, Barbara.
Yeah,
did he send the 2 girls? Yeah, probably. No, that's okay. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Ultimately, they just want us to be happy. They want us to remember them with joy and appreciation for the time that we had together, and
Right.
all the lessons that we learned, and the special closeness that we had.
Mhm.
Is ultimately what they want, is just for us to be happy. And to know that they, it was important. It wasn't just a pet. It was
Right.
very much more than that. They just want us to realize that.
Yeah. No, they're little angels in fur is what they are, and the most unconditionally loving animals, cats and dogs. And even horses. I know people have had horses that a friend of mine just had to bury her little pony she had, and it was 34 years old, but it just, it was done, and she had to. It's hard to do that, though. It's very hard.
34 years.
Yeah, well, they live to 40 sometimes. The horses do. Yeah, it's a
Wow.
lifetime commitment. It really is. And she had that pony since it was a Shetland pony, so it never grew very big. But she had it since it was a baby. So,
Wow.
I mean, yeah, it's a long time. So, Warrior Girl, I'm wondering out loud, does that apply to us when our karma is cleared to fully release from the earthly plane? Should we get cremated? I personally am going to, because number one, I don't want to be buried under the ground in some expensive casket, and that's me. Not everybody wants that, but I think more people want it than they used to want it. So, of course, it's personal choice, but it is a beautiful decision. And when I go up to see my brother's memorial service, they have several places that they're going to put his ashes in. And he's going to go down a river, and his wife wants to be buried in the ocean in ashes. And they're going to meet at the convergence zone, they said, where the river dumps into the ocean, and they'll be together again. Yeah, that's what they said.
Wow. That's beautiful.
They had a real plan. Yeah.
I wonder, how much earth there is if we all lined up all the bodies. I mean, we would just all be one big graveyard eventually.
we would
so
be.
Yeah.
It doesn't make much sense anymore. And actually, the Hindus, they burn the bodies, and then the eldest son smashes all the bones, and then they put it into the Ganges, which isn't the greatest idea, but they just completely destroy every bit of the physicality, because they know there's too many people over there. So, but yes, it is definitely a personal choice. Yeah,
absolutely.
There's no right or wrong,
and there's no judgment.
No judgment. Wayne, I'm glad Suzanne is doing great. Everybody's been asking. They had a big outing, metaphysical shopping. Woohoo! Well, good for you. I need to be doing some of that. I love that. Give Suzanne a big hug from us. Yeah. Oh, Starfish, you're absolutely right. You can donate your human body to a teaching hospital, or you can
Wow.
also if you depending on how sick or whatever, you can your eyes or your organs, just depending on what you want to do. Yeah. All right. You want to be on the scattered with the orcas. Just remember, you're not supposed to really do that. I mean, honestly, you're not supposed to scatter ashes in these places, but everybody does it. I just think that a lot of people are concerned that we'll have too many ashes and things out there. So, okay. So Juno would love a message. She's having, Juno's going to be on, by the way, on the Dream Detective on Tuesday night with Kate and I, and she's going to talk about some dreams she's had, and I'm looking forward to it.
So, Juno, what they're telling me is to let you know that now is the time, or the time is now, and not to postpone or put off till later anything that you have been thinking about doing. They're saying these ideas and suggestions come from us. It is ultimately your choice which ones you choose to take action on. But they're saying if you have an idea that comes from us, everything's going to be all right. Like you wonder, I feel like I want to do this, but is it going to work out? And they're saying, don't let that human doubt stop you. They're saying, set aside the doubt and trust that if you had this inkling, this idea, this creation that came up inside of you, that it was from us. Very good, Juno.
Wow, Juno. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. I love this. Look at this. You got your star seed. You're a star. You knew that anyway, but look, they came right through for you. It's the ETs. They want you to know, you're on the earth right now, but girl, you haven't been there a lot. You've been out here with us. Wow. That picture is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, do we love you. And the love that you share around the earth shines brightly. Look at that. It just shines all around. Wow. And so we're all proud of you out here in the ethers. We just think you're doing a great job down there. Just make sure to remember to have confidence. And just as Jean said, we're letting you know, we're helping you, giving you ideas. But some of these ideas are not easy ideas. And so you have to have the confidence to do these things in order for it to happen. So we appreciate what you do. And look at that. That's so gorgeous. All these cards are just so gorgeous. All right. These cards, by the way, are called the Return of Spirit cards by Cheryl Lee Harnish. And I learned about them from Marina at Heart Centered Tarot. And she did a reading for me on them. And I just fell in love with them. I think they're gorgeous.
They are really pretty, Allie.
Yeah, they are very nice. All right. So we have Aquila B24. Hi, Aquila. I hope you're well. Yeah.
They're suggesting that you write down your lessons. They say that you're receiving like synchronicities that have lessons attached to them. And like you'll see something and you'll get the message of, slow down, you move too fast or something. And you'll, because of something that you might see. So write these things down. And you are getting the messages, you are seeing things and hearing things that are valuable lessons, and they're not very complicated. They're simple lessons, like, just the typical things that we might receive from spirit, but they're just asking you to write these things down so that you'll have some sort of a trail to look back on, some sort of and they said that as you do this, it'll become clearer. Like right now, you might see a picture of a turtle, and you might hear something that says, slow down, you move too fast. So if you write that down, and then a few months from now you go back and you look at those messages that you've heard, they may have meant something one way to you when you were seeing that synchronicity and hearing the lesson. But after you've gone through several months of messages, it'll have such a much more of a bigger meaning to you, that they'll each build, one will build on the next.
Wow.
Interesting.
It is interesting. Okay, so, and this is a message to all of you, this first card, because I think it's a very important message. Take a look at this card. You will see a woman that's tied up. She's in a white dress, and a woman in a black dress that's tied up she's blindfolded. Okay. The message is here, this way, duality. And we've got to rid ourselves of dualistic thinking. It's possible that you have been thinking, yes, but this, up, we've been so conditioned to up, not down, in, not out, everything in opposites. But once we unify the idea that all experiences that we have here on the earth plane are real, if they're real to us, then we become more aligned with spirit, and we realize that each and every message, like Jean said, the turtle or whatever it was, that message, and it may be there's different meanings for it, but don't think in terms of good or bad. Just think in terms of it is, and it's unified. They're seeing that you've been working hard on your healing, and they're happy with that. And it's tough in the winter, but look, the flowers coming up through the snow. The spring is coming eventually, and so you have that ahead of you. They said when that time comes, get outside and take in the serenity of the nature around you, whatever that might be. I love this card. It's so gorgeous. It really is. And they said, and this color in these cards is the same as the color in these cards. Joy is your birthright. Joy is your birthright. And if you can't feel joyful, fake it till you make it. I think sometimes that's really hard. You don't want to be a false person and put a smile on your face when you're really not happy. But at the same time, it reminds us that it's up to us to find our happiness, to find our joy, and nobody else, nothing out there can do it, just us. So thank you very much.
Very good, Allie.
Yeah. Wow.
Thanks, Aquila.
Yes, Aquila. All right. So we got Marcia here. Any messages from Uncle Big Jim? Big Jim. All right. I love that. Mm-hmm.
He's telling me, first of all, that family is very important, and it's important to honor and respect the differences within the family. But he understands that not every family is able to see eye to eye on things, and to see that, and to um, give it compassion and acceptance, and say, I wish you well. That's, I don't agree. But I honor you and your truth and your opinions, and I wish you well. Like, he's letting you know that family is very important, but it's not so important that you need to hold grudges or to compromise yourself. It's okay to have differences. It's important to be inclusive and to be tolerant of each other, yet not to compromise yourself. Like there is a balance, a delicate balance about how far to extend yourself and where to stop the line, but always give them grace, always give them respect, and always give them blessings, and honor them for the feelings and the thoughts and the ideas that they do have.
Wow.
Interesting.
It is interesting. So, Marcia, Big Jim's message to you is fairly straightforward here in what I'm seeing, and it's just a reminder. TikTok, time is going by. Please remember to watch your health, go get your checkups, do what you need to do. Don't not do it. Make sure that you follow up on it. I don't think he's saying you have bad health. I just think he's saying we all need to be reminded, we need to get our dental work, go to the dentist. We have to go get our test done, our blood test or whatever it is. And he's concerned. He says, look into the mirror and realize, Marcia, just how beautiful you are. You're a beauty, and your self-reflection is what I always say. I earned every one of these wrinkles, every single one, every one I have, I earned. So nobody can tell me they're no good. So none of what we have is junk. Let's put it that way. It's not junk, and it's not a bad thing. All it tells us is just how valuable we have lived and how we have loved. There you go.
Beautiful, Allie.
Craig Dixon, I'm going to do you next in a minute. But Brenda Costa is a new, I don't think we've read for Brenda, so I'm going to read for her first.
Hi, Brenda. Thanks for coming. And she wants
Yes.
a message from her dad, Dan.
Yeah.
He's saying that you are wondering about him and worried about him. I'm not sure if you saw signs closer to his departure or right after his departure. You kind of felt him around, and it may not be so apparent anymore. He's saying that the energy has changed, but he has not. He's saying that he is still with you. He is still right beside you. He's saying that he is with loved ones. He is in a beautiful, supported place, and he's watching over the family. He's saying that you wonder and not necessarily worry about him, but it's almost like you're just curious and you're wondering about him. So you wonder about him. And I feel as though you may have either had a dream or some sort of a synchronicity that happened, like I said, closer to his passing. And now you don't feel as though he's around you. He's saying the energy, the density of the energy, the frequency of the energy has changed. He's saying, when you look at my picture, when you call my name, when you think of me, I am close to you. He said, I'm always close to you, but my energy can be stronger around you. You see if there's. He's saying you're doing a great job. He's so very proud of you. I'm not sure if he was the last member in that generation. He's saying that you are the new matriarch of the family, and that you're holding the responsibility beautifully and with grace. He's very proud of you. And he says that you don't have to do this alone. It feels like you feel like you're the only one that's shouldering some responsibility now. And he's saying you don't have to do this alone. We're all here for you. I'm seeing a beautiful tree too. Not sure what that means. It's a beautiful, I don't know what this tree is. But he's showing me a beautiful, it's the family tree. It's the family tree.
Oh, the family tree. Wow, that's awesome. I got some great cards here, but I want to make sure I say happy birthday, Pierrette, on Tuesday. You
Oh,
Valentine girl. Yeah, how about that? All right, so he says he hears your prayers, and he said, I hear them, honey. I'm sorry I'm not there to be able to help you through harder times that that we inevitably have to go through. But please know that I hear them, and I'm working to help you through whatever it is that you're having a hard time with. He wants you to make sure that you keep the faith, and and it sounds like you are, because if you're giving your prayers up, and prayer can be thoughts. It doesn't have to be in a church somewhere. It's just your thoughts and emotions about something. But he does say, and I love this, music is his way of getting through to you. So I don't know if he had certain kind of music he liked, or if he was a musician, or I know that when 40s music comes on from the Glenn Miller band, I know it's my parents, and they're, waving at me and saying hello. So whatever it is, he says, and listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music. That's what I got. But the Doobie
wow.
Brothers there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really
Oh.
cool, Allie.
That's really cool, is right. And Linda, I'm glad that's true. I had that happen the other day, on Thursday, and a message for someone else's brother, and it was a message from my brother, as I felt, and it just was a really, really nice feeling. Yeah. Hello, spirit behind the stars. How are you, dear? Okay, so we have Craig wondering if Grandpa Ralph might have a message. Craig is
Excellent.
leaving, to go to LA and go see Clara Bow's.
Is
Yeah, he's
is he
leaving next.
getting on the plane today?
Mm-mm. He's driving.
Oh.
Yeah, he's driving to LA, and he's going to go by her place of internment. Yeah.
Oh. Go
And
past it. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. He seems to be quite stern. He seems to be he wants it's very important that the rules are followed. He may have been a rule follower. He's saying this is what we are to do, and it's important we get it done.
Hmm. Do what we have to do. Okay.
He's saying to follow your heart.
Hmm.
He's saying that we know what the right thing is to do in our heart. And he's saying it's important to take action on these ideas.
Hmm. Hmm. Wow.
I'm not sure if he's your maternal grandfather or your dad's dad, but he's just saying that he had a lot of character. He had a lot of integrity, and it's important to do the right thing and to sort of be honest and to do what you say you're going to do, and
Mhm.
and to help others. This is a very kind and generous man, but he was very it was important for him to keep within the lines. He just didn't want to cross any of the lines. And I think this held his integrity. This is how he expressed his integrity. And he's
Hmm.
saying that you have these qualities that he had, that you like to
Yeah.
You like to be honorable with your word and your actions and have them match. And he's just really very proud of you. Interesting the way he showed me this. Interesting.
So he was his mom's dad. But yeah. So Craig, I got some interesting, I think, cards here. I got the dragon card, and I don't think of the dragon as being negative. The dragon is the only, I know it's mythological, but it's the only animal that sort of can go around something. It has a dragon energy means that you sort of just keep moving around in circles in different ways. That's what I learned in the martial arts. That was a different technique, was the dragon technique. And he says, you have potent powers. You absolutely do. And yes, Jean, you are like me, he says. The male energy that was me. You are like me. You are my boy. But you know what? He's thrilled you're going away. Look at that. He's giving you the cupcake. He says, indulge yourself, treat yourself, get away and have a wonderful time. Absolutely. Wow.
That's beautiful.
That's awesome. All right. So the last one we have is Spirit of Beyond the Stars. Oh, can we get his first name, honey, please? Yeah.
Sorry for your loss, spirits.
I know. Yes, absolutely sorry. Very hard. I have to say, I've never seen so many siblings passing away, hearing about that, as I have in the last month.
I think it's the age that we're reaching.
But we're getting to. Okay.
Yeah.
His name is Charles.
Yeah. So he's showing me leaves. Leaves,
Huh?
like almost like a spearmint leaf.
Okay.
Very green and very pointed and very like, you know how it has it's not dry, it's very moist, and it has a lot of nutrients, and it has a lot of chlorophyll, and it's very green. Like when you touch a spearmint leaf, it leaves green on your hand, and it's he's showing me leaves. He's showing me that I believe he's showing me that he is renewed again, that he is brand new again. He's saying that the richness and the being alive and the health and the I can't think of what that is that he's talking about this nutritious, just very supple, very just has a lot of energy in the green leaf. And he's just showing that he is alive again, and that he is still alive, and he is flourishing and so very green, whatever that means to you, nutritious. And just I can't think of what he's describing something to me, and I'm not quite getting it. So Charles, right?
Yep.
Charles, would you feel in your heart the message that you would like to share with your sister? I'm not understanding the leaf, and I'll be able to help you convey the message. He's sending you lots of love. He's sending you gratitude. He feels the love. He feels the prayers and the well wishes. He feels that you're still connecting with his energy. It's almost like, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? You're like still connecting with him. And he's saying that he is with you. He is aware. He says to give him some time to get acclimated. He says, I will not disconnect from you. You almost feel like you have to keep that connection, keep thinking about him, like you don't want to let go. And he's saying, it's okay if you're not thinking of me every moment. He says, when you do in those special times each day, he says, I will be there. I do feel like his just the thought of him is consuming you right now, which is part of the grieving process. He understands, but he is with you. And he said, give him some time. And just think of him as that brand new, beautiful spearmint green leaf that has all the vitality. It's the vitality is probably what he wanted me to say. Vitality.
She just started her nutritious diet, she said. It could be that. Yes. He's happy that you're doing that. That's awesome. Yeah. Wow. So, yes, he says, anytime you're outside, please know I'm around. I get the attraction card here. He says, you don't have to do too much to attract me to be over with you anytime you want. It's really cool over here because I can do that with all the people. They can be all over the place and I can go zoom, zoom, zoom all the way around to see everybody. He says, look for the synchronicities, whatever synchronicities that are happening. He says, they're not coincidences. They are meant to be for you to see. And finally, he said, never forget our roots. We are family and we'll always be family, whether I'm with you or I'm over here for now. Okay. Wow. Just a bunch of great readings today. Thank you, everybody. It worked out really well. We had enough time to do everybody that asked. And we send you all love and we'll see you next. Jean will be back with me next weekend and I'm looking forward to it. And we will be answering your questions. Thank you, Jean. Anything coming up that you want to let anybody know about?
Let me just check real quick.
Okay. Real quick.
The Terry Lee and I will be on my channel on Friday the 17th and at 4:30 Eastern time. And then I will be on with my friend Shane on that Saturday. And then I'm going to I have an interview coming up on a radio show called Twin Flame Divine Fire radio show. They're going to be doing an interview with me.
Really, Jean? That's fabulous. How do they find it? Is it Sirius radio or what is it? I mean, is it local? What is it?
I will find out the details and send out the links to everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a podcast, but yeah, it's interesting. Mm-hmm.
That's fabulous. Everybody have a great day. Don't eat too much, and I hope your team wins. Bye.
Happy Super Bowl. Bye.
Yeah, happy Super Bowl day. Bye-bye.